From EC3 coming to the WWE to the North American Championship being introduced to us wrestling fans to Aleister Black being viciously, maliciously, absolutely destroyed tonight on NXT. The WWE put on a good show for us wrestling fans right here tonight on NXT. Welcome everybody to your WWE NXT review, 10 days away from NXT TAKEOVER New Orleans, 11 days away from WrestleMania 34. And this is the first NXT review I have done in quite some time. And honestly, this show, from top to bottom, extraordinary compared to what some of the aspects that we see on regular Monday and Tuesday night. Now, was everything about this show fantastic? No. But for the most part, it really makes you want to just sit back and think, what are you doing on the main roster? I mean, the first things first. Mauro Ranallo. NXT comes on and you hear his voice open up the show, and it's just electric, loud excitement. You are wanting to stay tuned in to NXT throughout that entire hour. You're wanting to. He builds up every aspect, and people, both other commentators, feed off him. It's just great. Main roster, it's just they're throwing off whatever Vinnie Mac is telling them to say. It doesn't sound like that on NXT. Big mistake taking Mauro Ranallo off the main roster. I can tell you that much. But a big asset putting them on NXT. North American Championship was introduced to us. I really like this. I'm glad they are making another title. Some people think that having too many championships, oversaturates things. Kind of like what they do with Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Look, this is different. I think everybody's thinking this is different. Look what they did with the European United England, championship that they have for Tyler Bates and everybody else. And look what they did with those people. North American Championship can do the same thing here with all these superstars that's going to be in this contest. See what kind of an impact that it's going to make on them, and bring them from here to here instantly just by winning that title. And honestly, it shows you how much the WWE is continuing to expand. What about Aleister Black? Now, he was supposed to come out, and they said he was going to be here live, and he was going to be here to address the audience. Well, instead, Andrade Cien Almas viciously, maliciously, absolutely destroys him tonight. You know, to compare what they did on Raw this past Monday with Bayley and Sasha Banks, they had a little backstage segment. And tonight, these guys had a backstage segment, except it was elevated because it went from backstage all the way to the arena. And Aleister Black got his head rammed into the door. He got just chair shot. I mean, he got wiped away by Almas. He was viciously attacked, rammed into the car, punches after punches after punches after punches. This rivalry is going to boil over at NXT TAKEOVER New Orleans. I can see Aleister Black becoming the NXT champion, honestly, come New Orleans. And you know, speaking of New Orleans, there was a match that was made for New Orleans, and that was Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. Now, the last time I watched NXT, Tommaso Ciampa turned his back on Johnny Gargano. Well, these guys have been biting at the bits ever since. Every view I've watched, these guys have been doing that. Today, he wanted a shot. Tommaso Ciampa wanted Johnny Gargano at NXT New Orleans. He's getting his wish. Johnny Gargano wins. He's reinstated, rehired back on NXT. If he's not, zip, he's gone for good. I can honestly see Johnny Gargano losing for good at NXT New Orleans and moving up to the main roster. Can definitely see that happening. The Street Profits took on the Authors of Pain. No question about this. This was a squash match for the Authors of Pain. Can't see anything else happening here. Not when you have Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne as a tag team partner versus Sanity. You're not going to have the Street Profits beat the Authors of Pain. You need that big, huge tag team to go up against Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, because those two teams are literally the two best WWE on NXT that's in the Dusty Rhodes Classic has the offer. So, of course, they're going to do that. Of course. And as far as Lars Sullivan is concerned, this monster, this guy, this freak, this Snitsky-like character You know, I don't know what to think of this dude. You know, they're putting him in. They have him in a squash match. I like his entrance. I like that they have it where he's in the ring and it's all black and it's just one big huge shadow. But his match needs work. It just needs work. His match needs work for me to be impressed with him. Entrance with a guy like that is not going to get over with me. And other than that, NXT was a pretty good show. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. Amongst everything else I told you at the beginning of this podcast, until I see you again, this is Webby, and I will catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.